Hi everybody, time for our monthly class, just like we would if we were all together, but sadly we're not. So this is the next best thing, I hope. I cannot wait until we can get together to do this. This is killing me. I have chosen the Aussie bite recipe today. I put it up on the Facebook page the other day. The reason I chose this, A, is I love these things and I'm really hoping they turn out as well as the one in the Costco. And B, there's a lot of ingredients in this, so it's great for little hands. They can help because there's so many different things they can dump in. And it's easy. You just mix it all up and pop them into a dish, a baking dish, and 8 to 10 minutes later, theoretically, you're supposed to have Aussie bites. You are my guinea pigs. I have not made these. So we're gonna go all through this together and hope for the best. And just because you all know me so well and you know that inevitably I forget something, I did with this too. So there's gonna be a couple of substitutions because, you know, that's just the way I roll. Oh dear. First ingredient is rolled oats that you pulse in a blender or a food processor so that you get like a flour. So it's a cup of rolled oats already done. Now you can buy oat bran. I suspect would probably work just as well if you don't have a blender or a food processor. That goes into the unpulsed, and then it says to add the cherries. So here's the lesson in actually reading the recipe before you start doing this, and wash your blender and put it all away, because I didn't do that. So I chopped them all really fine by hand, but if you've got a food processor, then more's the better. And so the cherries go in there. Now you could use, I happen to really like dried cherries, so I had some. I don't see why raisins wouldn't work, dates, basically any dried fruit, whatever kind of floats your boat. But I happen to, as I said, love cherries and chocolate together, so that's why the title of the recipe actually caught my eye. So all you have to do is dump everything back in. So we've got uncooked quinoa. We've got, here's the first substitution. It called for shredded coconut. I didn't have any shredded coconut. What I did have was a whole pile of toasted coconut chips. So I chopped those. Those are going in instead. And yes, I have measured everything out. It's not in the right cups. It's just in here so it looks all fancy and foodie and cooking classy. Sunflower seeds. Now, called for hemp seeds and flax seeds. I thought I had flax. I don't. So we're doubling up on the amount of hemp seeds that go in there. Chia seeds. Whole rolled oats, pinch of baking soda. Oh, need the salt. I thought I had everything all, but I didn't. Calls for a quarter teaspoon of salt, so we'll put that in right there. Now, the whole thing says to do this in a food processor and then you just pulse it until it's blended. I frankly think this works just fine. And as I said, I had already washed it all, put it all away. So, there's that. Then in go the chocolate chips. I'm thinking white chocolate chips would be really good in here too. And then your liquid is honey and butter and coconut oil. So what I want to do though is I've already melted the butter and the coconut oil together. I'm going to put the honey in here too so that it's all mixed together and it'll be distributed uniformly. Remember Foods 8 where they said mix your dry ingredients, mix your wet ingredients. So we've done that. We're going to throw the vanilla in too. If you wanted to make this vegan, you could use a plant-based margarine and maple syrup instead of honey, which I am now kicking myself for not doing because I can't share these with a friend of mine. So anyway, they're going to go in here. We're going to mix this all together. I'm going to go rubber spatula going here. That's going in there. Give it a really good scrape so we don't lose any of that yumminess. Like I said, this is an experiment for me as well as you. So it'll be interesting to see how it all comes together. I hope you try it. Let me know whether it works on your end. It honestly is my favorite kind of thing. Nuts, twigs, roots, grains, anything like that. I just love. So that's that. It goes into mini muffin tins and then into the oven. I bought this at the superstore. It's worth its weight in gold. It's, I don't know, I think it was 25 bucks or something like that. But everything just pops out of here. It is so nice to use. So we're gonna do this. And then I'm gonna pop it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. However, I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me do this. And I didn't do it all ahead of time so we could utilize the magic of TV. Because I didn't really want a double batch of these in my house because I'm afraid I'm gonna really, really like them. And they are not keto, which I'm still trying to do as best I can. That's why I used sugar-free chocolate chips to go in here. So what I'm gonna do is pop these in the oven, bake them, and then when they come out, because they have to, that's the other thing, is they have to cool completely before you pop them out of the container, out of the baking dish. And again, you know, that's like watching paint dry. So I'll post a picture on the Facebook group and you can see how they turned out, if they turned out. So I will leave you with that, my friends. Know that you are all in my heart, that I am missing you terribly, and God willing, we can do this in person really, really soon. Stay safe. Follow what Dr. Henry says, because the more we follow her, the faster we'll get out of this. Love you all. Bye.